Okay, so in this question, we're giving a formula, and this formula is, in this formula, R is the distance from an antenna, and I is the intensity, and P is the signal. Power. So that's our formula. Let's just keep. So I will show you the next part of the question. So here is the other part. This is the other part. Now, here we're just going to use this formula to look at from the same signal. There's an observer A measured the intensity, which is 16 times the measure of the observer B. So there are two measures here. One is 16 times the other one. And the formula is here. So let me just go ahead and put the formula here. And then we can write down what's given and what we have to find. So I equal P over I R squared. So I'm just going to do now, okay, so the intensity, right? So this is our intensity. So intensity of A is going to be 16 times intensity of B. So I write that. So this is intensity of A and this is intensity of B. And we're just going to find the distance of A is what fractions of distance B. So the best way to do is just you know, divide those things, right? So I'm just going to write intensity of A, which is going to be P divided by 4 times pi, and this is going to be distance of A squared, and that equals 16 times P over 4 pi RD squared. So now I can just multiply both sides. First, I can multiply both sides by 4 pi. That cancels this, this cancels that. And I can just cancel out the p's as well. So I have 1 here. So now I have 1 over RA squared equal 16 times 1 over RB squared. And then I can just multiply both sides, or just divide both sides by 16 first. So if I divide both sides by 16, or I can just first cross multiply this. If I cross multiply it like this, this is going to be RB squared equal 16 times RA squared. But I'm looking at the distance of observer A is what fractions of distance of observer B. So therefore, I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna try to find what is RA over RB simply, right? And that will be, so if I just divide both sides by RB first, so let's do that. Divide both sides by RB, which is going to be 1 equals 16 times RA squared over RB squared, and then divide both sides by 16 now. So this cancels out, and we will have A squared over RB squared equals 1 over 16. Then take the square root of both sides. So once you take the square root of both sides, and this will be RA over RB equals 1 over 4, which is choice A. Okay, so what I did is, from this relation here, I basically just write the intensity of A and write the intensity of B, and then just try to cancel out the constants, and then try to look for RA squared over RB squared, because they're both squares, so then I have to take the square root of both sides. So in this case, the answer is A.